This is Joyce
and Blake.
And welcome to Savagely Scaled.
In this episode, we're talking about the new year.
Yeah.
Or actually the old year, right? Because we're going
looking
over
back,
2024.
reflecting.
We're going to be going over our lives. But we're first going to be talking about CrossFit and the changes or things like that. I don't think we're going to deep dive into the games anymore because we've done that so much. But it's just like what we've seen change or the new things coming up or something like that.
Just keep it in the know, you know.
So get ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Let's do it.
So we're talking about the new year or this 2024 year of CrossFit.
Yeah.
Have you seen any like changes or new, like the new look of CrossFit or the new
tiers?
Oh yeah, the new gear
That
is
I did
always
see.
one of them.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like this year there's been a lot of stepping up with lifters and shoes. They have the tier ones, and then what's that new Earth brand or something?
Oh yeah, but that Brooke Wells is a big part of.
Yeah, what's it called?
Oh, it's called While on Earth.
While on Earth.
Yes. But yeah, there's those new brands like how you were saying, like Tears doing it, and then you have While on Earth that Matt Frazier and Brooke Wells created a new training brand. So yeah, it says this former Noble executive and CrossFit legends Matt Frazier and Brooke Wells created a new training brand. Which it is like While on Earth, the colors are very like earth tones, like beige,
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes like their blue does not, some of their colors don't go well together, where I'm like, I would not put that in a shoe. But is this my brand? No. Have I heard great things about it? Yes. Would I love to own a pair? Yes. Do I have to save up? Yes. That's the only down thing with some of these apparels. Like when you're asking me $150 for a shoe, that shoe better last a while, and then you hear back like, oh well, your shoe should only be like 6 months, and I'm like, I paid $150 for 6 months.
Yeah, honestly, shoes are starting to
but
hurt.
then when people start to break down the price, well then it's like 50 cents a day, and I'm like, I'm not saving 50 cents a day.
You're like, that's kind of still a lot.
You know those gyms who are like, it's like $1 a day, and I'm like, I'm not putting aside $1 a day.
You're like, $1 a day is a lot,
I only get paid once,
right? You're
a
just
month.
like, no, I get that. That's fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like those new tiers. I'm like, oh man, they're nice.
Yes,
but I looked at the price too.
The
and I
shoes
was
look
like,
really nice. I like Tears. I get them when I got my pair on sale and things like that. You know me, I always get things when they're on sale.
that's why I'm gonna wait till the end of the year and see if they're gonna.
But then you look at it, then you have to go with a different color sometimes because they don't have it in your size. It's always the colors that nobody wants.
Well, you know, then if it wasn't meant to be, girl, it wasn't meant to be.
But I also like my first real CrossFit shoe. I rocked lime green. What was it?
Reeboks. Yeah.
For a good couple of years because I was like, I got them on
lime
sale.
green.
Yeah, but that
cool
doesn't
color.
go with anything.
That's true, but
Black
you won't lose them.
pants. Yeah. Well, what I was looking up is like the things that have kind of changed in 2024 for CrossFit, and that's like apparel and training, also nutrition. And I found this thing about people were saying macros are out and CBG is in. Right? So it's like, you guys have all heard the different diets, the zone diet, paleo. And then in 2016 until like recently, it's tracking macros with apps, right? I've done macros for years.
Yeah.
Even before I moved to Kingman. And I'm like, well, why would it be different? But it's like when you speak with nutrition coaches and athletes, many argue that macro tracking is dead. I was like, I haven't heard
Guess
that.
not out here.
Right? Or at least it's dying off. And this is because like we always have to pull out our phones. We have to always have to log it, have to do that. Though if you're like good at it, you usually macro.
It's like second nature almost.
And you track your whole week and you just put it in when you do all that stuff. But I have been talking about people. I've been talking to people at the gym and they're like, well, what happens if you have a bad day? Then I go into it and redo my numbers sometimes. And they're like, isn't that a headache? That you always have to put it in? And I'm like,
I mean,
yeah, yes and no, but it's like when I would log for Weight Watchers, I'd have to write it in or
your workout when you log your workout.
Yeah. But I guess like there's this new thing with CBG and they were saying Emily Rolfe is one of them. James Sprigg is really into it, and it's called Consistency Breeds Growth, and it's a nutrition coaching company that doesn't coach their athletes to track macros. Instead, they use what they call a blueprint method. Yeah, which is much more flexible and relies on less restrictive measuring tactics, and their lineup of elite CrossFit athletes is growing. Which, even if I feel like if you have a nutrition coach, like a lot of times, like when you start, or even if you last with them, and you're not really big into macro tracking, they're usually like, hey, just pay attention to this, keep eating this, and they kind of loosely base things off. I don't think like 100% people just go straight into the macro thing, unless they've been doing nutrition for a while, because you just don't go into macro tracking like day one. Like it can deter you from it.
I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's hard. It took me some time too. I didn't want to log for a long time. And
yeah, so I'm really interested to see what this consistency breeds growth thing is.
Movement.
Yeah. And what it is in the blueprint method.
That's interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I have not heard about that at all. That's on like, this is all news to me. But I can imagine. I mean, we'll see. We'll see the results and see how they do.
Yeah. And again, this is like voicing for elite people, I guess, what they can do.
Right.
But yeah, like us average day people, I was like, Maggie,
ain't nobody get
no. Tracking macros is time consuming, but it's also like helped me throughout because I've done paleo, I've done Weight Watchers, I've done all kinds of things, and tracking macros helps me the most. But yeah, let's see what this thing does in the next coming year.
I mean, honestly, for me, it's just, I guess after a certain point, you kind of, like you said, you already know the numbers in your head that you almost don't have to track it.
Yeah, like I have also like several meals that I know for sure and I know the numbers. I mean, I still, when I weigh everything out for it, it's completed, but I know like what works best for me and what doesn't. So I don't know, like if you're not having that,
like how does that even happen?
Yeah. And how can you not go off the deep end and things like that? But on a side note from this, and I know we're going over like what CrossFit's doing for 2024, but our gym next year, we're having a kickstart with healthy habits. And what you can do, it's $31 for 31 days. You get expert guidance from a certified nutrition coach, which is our coach, Amanda. Ooh. You're going to learn how to build sustainable habits, track your progress, support from an amazing community. And we're going to be putting that link into our show notes, but it begins January 1st. And it's not just for our members. Anybody can sign up. For that, for the new year. Because you know, a lot of people say new year, new me. And you know what, you guys? You are perfectly amazing just the way you are. But if you want a community to start with your healthy habits, yes, starting January 1st is always good because of the holidays. Yeah. But it's good to have that community, and usually there's like things that you have to hit or taking pictures of stuff and just having each other around.
Kind of like that.
And then having Amanda there, like it's a welcome thing for Amanda as a nutrition coach and seeing what nutrition is about and things like that. But you'll have her there. And again, it's only $31 for 31 days. There you go. $1 a day.
Oh, there you go. I'm like, I kind of do like that. I like the idea of like, at least for accountability, for me, that'd be a big thing.
We've done different things for the beginning of the year, and I just love being a part of the group and resetting that feeding clock or that macro clock, or just like it says healthy habits.
Right.
And healthy habits, of course, is food, but it's also sleep. It's, working out. It's finding time for yourself. Yes, your mood, like getting habits for that is not just food, because I can eat vegetables and I can eat healthy, but if my mindset's not there, then it's not. I'm gonna
have a bad week.
And I'm gonna take the whole ship down with me. So having this group of people and going through things is very well worth it. So again, we'll put that in our show notes. But look out for that, and hit
definitely
that link.
some good goals that you want to hit for sure.
Yeah.
I know Blake's got a weightlifting meet coming up, so you got some goals.
But okay, here's another thing. So let's go into apparel really quick for CrossFit, because I know this one's, how like long biker shorts were in? They're saying that they're going out.
I mean, I feel like it has been kind of making an out, and people are going with the shorter version. But
we've seen them. I think it's just nicer on my thighs.
I just for us personally, shorter people with big thighs, it's really hard to rock a short and not eat that thing up. That's all I got. That's all I gotta say.
Yes,
y'all need to figure that out.
I like seeing like the elite people wearing them, but you're right,
they're not that common.
No, they're starting to go out, and that's okay.
I guess they're like the new granny panties, but the granny shorts.
But it's like, okay, I like that people are like, oh, you don't hide your quads and things like that. But I'm like, yo, like, you gonna help me out here with that chafing?
That's the thing for me. That thing's gonna roll right on up.
Right up. And then like there are brands that put like that
elastic thing.
That elastic, or like it feels like rubber. And there's sometimes when it stays and it's very uncomfortable and tight. Or like when you take off the shorts and there's just sweat just around that ring. There's some that I like. My Vital pair don't move up as much, but I do
like Vital.
I don't wear short shorts in that. Now my Fleos don't roll up as much. I have a shorter brand, ones, but they have like short, and then I think they have the longer pairs, because I have a couple different ones. But I'm sorry, but biker shorts are going to be staying with me for a little bit.
Yeah, they're a guilty pleasure. They're comfortable.
Because it's also like summertime.
And high rise.
Yes. No. I know short shorts are really cute.
I do like how they look. They
just don't look the best on me.
I guess I haven't ventured with short shorts out in the gym yet. So I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. But
what about the High Rocks training?
I have seen a lot of posts about that. I am kind of fascinated by it. I do like the idea of doing a lot of running, personally, but
I mean, maybe we'll do a separate episode, but I was very intrigued by it. I was like,
I feel like we would like it.
I do not like running, but I would like to do this because it's just something different. And yes, there's a lot of running in it.
So jealous of Jenny right now.
There's workouts in between. What I'm seeing though is, because it's not like technically a CrossFit background, so I've seen people post like people just throwing the balls instead of doing actual wall balls, and they're counting them. People doing things that I'm like, that's not the movement.
I wonder if they're trying to like steal CrossFit.
I don't know. So I feel like this is something that we can go into and try to. But I do see that that's a new trend coming into 2025.
And a lot of athletes are doing it too, that are from the CrossFit community. So that's intriguing. I know Tia Toomey was doing it.
Yeah.
But I have been seeing some people kind of jump into that world.
Yeah, there's been a lot of CrossFit athletes who have been. And it's just, I think this is like an off season to try it and do it. It's not as taxing on them. Yeah, and fun, and it's partnered and stuff like that.
That's fun.
All the way Ray and Brandy did it from Yuma. Well, no, Brandy didn't do it. Sorry, Ray did it with a partner. And so it's even like, it's something that I actually want to try.
Would be interested in doing.
Yeah.
I would be interested in doing it too, actually. Maybe we'll look into that and see if we sign up to something.
Yeah, right? That would be fun.
We're like, we cut it at 2 miles though. Yeah, because I think they're at least 3 or something like that. We'll have to look into it, but
yeah, I think it's really, really cool. Do I think it's going to replace CrossFit?
No,
because they're not hitting standards that
Yeah, that's going to be a big no-no.
But I do think it's something fun to try.
I like it. Yeah, we'll look into it.
Another thing that we're seeing in this big, huge 2024 is a lot of vets are retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people that I used to watch, we have Cara Saunders, we have Brent Fikowski, Katrin David's daughter.
That's right.
There's even talks about Chandler Smith.
Really?
Yeah, there was like an Instagram post or something, and he was like not stopping, just turning. Good run. And it's him of like taking a picture with his CrossFit gear on, and then just like a solo picture.
Aww.
Right? Like a goodbye post.
He looks like he's giving a hint like he's going to start doing that posy thing.
I know. But he did teams and he did really good with teams. So maybe
he was fun to watch.
Maybe it's again like I'm actually just taking a step really far back from individual and I like this teams, or it's maybe just taking a step away. Like he also has a beautiful wife and they have a life and things like that.
Girl. It's
the day that Pat Vellner retires, I'm going to be really, really sad. Because I was already sad when Cara Saunders.
Because I feel like he's one of the ones who consistently just doesn't retire, and he's always constantly just like.
Because like some of these people I have watched, like I watched Cara Saunders when she was Cara Webb. Mm-hmm. You know, I've been watching Bert Fikowski for years, Pat Vellner for years. There's just a lot of them that I've been watching, and now it's like I still have to, like Annie Thor's daughter, when she retires, it's going to be a sad day too. Laura Harvath, Tia Toomey, if she retires and actually stays retired out of it,
it also
will be a sad day. Matt Frazier wasn't as sad because like he went out on like a legit
like a boss
boom, and it was just like, yeah, that guy's ready for new beginnings.
He's like, I'm not being challenged here. Bye. I was like, ooh, like a boss. Just drop that mic. He's like, I won 5 times straight. How many more times am I gonna have to win? I'm good.
Yeah, and it's just like,
so badass.
You know, it's hard to see, but
that's how I feel about the recent actors. Like when you see them in movies and you're like, oh, they're getting old because I'm getting old.
Right. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to be old.
I think Grace sent us a video at the book club post where she was saying how like in Santa Claus, she's like, I'm now Tim Allen's age when I'm still thinking I'm the son's age right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
It is. Another thing is LSKD is going strong. So LSKD is an Australian apparel company. They seem to be everywhere. I didn't know that they were Australian. I thought they were out of like California because they have a couple stores.
That explains why they're so expensive.
I know.
I'm like, I love their stuff, but I'm just like, I cannot pay that.
Yes, but they are actually, I love my LSKD pants.
Do you?
I do, and they were gifted to me because I'm a coach.
Damn, maybe I should buy a pair of shorts. I've been looking at a set. I don't know.
Yeah, so they have on their, it's 1.7 million followers with things and growing, and it seems to be getting even stronger in our community.
Yeah, I mean, they have cute stuff. I'll give them that. They have really cute stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I just usually can't afford it.
I know. I want to see like if they go into like maybe a sponsorship and that's gonna be that's gonna be helpful. What all the athletes are gonna be wearing for the games or something. Because I don't know. Because a lot of talks about people were backing out or sponsorships and things like that. Because we all know what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm down. I do like that brand. It's really...
the PFAA. That's a big thing that's going to be going into the new year. And
Brett Fikowski retiring for that and focusing.
And now he's going to be at the helm of everything and starting to gain a little bit more traction on the sports side of things. At least we can hope that that's like they're starting to gain some traction with everything. But at least maybe with him being able to commit more time. And there's more athletes on that board too. And just...
Pat Vellner.
I'm glad that they're getting their voice out because it was formed in 2020. And now 2024, like, it's getting bigger. So that's good. There needs to be that. I wish that CrossFit would have just, like, linked hands with them in some way. They didn't have to engulf them. Like, neither one had to engulf each other. It was just, like, linking and being like, okay, you guys are the outside perspective.
Let's collaborate.
But then again, I don't know if they're like, oh, for the outside perspective, then you have to hire us for it. Like, what? I don't know the logistics. I just wish it would have been
clear more. Yeah. Again, with Brett Fikowski kind of dedicating himself to that, I think it's going to be an interesting upcoming year to see where that goes and what he does accomplish in that time, because he seems very motivated. So I'm excited to hear about it too. So
going back to like apparel, then like shoes have really their game has really picked up, because remember, like, from 2011 to 15 it was Reebok and Nanos, and then 2015 Nike entered, and it was Metcons
all the way. But
now we're getting into Tier, Rad, Noble, Born Primitive. Adidas are coming back in.
Are they really?
Yes. Haley Adams and who else sat down with Adidas? I know Laura Horvath has sat down with Adidas.
I've been an Adidas fan.
I mean, I used to wear them in high school and stuff.
Me too.
Shoe. I've never done an athletic Adidas.
I've had a few here and there. They're okay. Yeah. They're not bad.
I know there's still the Invo 8. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
INOV 8.
I thought those were like running shoes more than anything.
I know Rochelle wears them to work out in.
Yeah.
There's probably different brands not different brands, different types.
Yeah.
Of each shoe. But yeah, I feel like the shoe culture has changed.
Oh yeah, it's definitely elevated this year.
Because it was like, you guys back in the day, you were a Nike person or you were a Reebok person. No matter what. If you listen to our episodes about apparel, it was just straight up like Nike or Reebok.
Yep.
And now you have like the different types of like, okay, well, Noble was this type. And since Noble has dropped, Noble didn't drop CrossFit. Since Noble has gone into different hands, they have different names for their trainers and things like that. Because they're going more into like the sports, the NFL and things. So we'll see how much their stuff changes. But Noble came in and it was kind of like a Metcon and a Reebok combined, but then you had the Tier company come in, and Tiers are a little bit more spacey in that foot box, and I can actually like grip the floor and things like that, and I can rope climb with them, I can run with them, because
sounds like you have a nice pair.
But there's also like a lot of things when I was talking to Dave about shoes, and it's like, oh, like if we have rope climbs, there's some Nanos that you can't wear with rope climbs. There's some like Metcons that you can't run in. So it is finding like the shoe that you can do all with. And I feel like back in the day, that's where my Nanos were. I could rope climb, I could run, I could do everything in some of my Nanos. But now it's like the shoe, people are like, oh no, you have to buy this kind for this. So getting back into it, like I would like to see if like Tier, Well on Earth, like if it's a shoe that I can do everything in, because
like a well-rounded shoe.
Yeah, because we're investing again so much money into it.
Yeah,
$150, $120.
Forget about lifters.
If we're looking at lifters for $300, like I also want to make sure I'm not just doing it for 3 months. I don't have that time, because it's a lot of money. Yeah, I'm already investing money into the gym that I'm going to. I'm already investing money into my apparel, because I don't want...
Damn, you're right. It's like a whole month membership for a pair of shoes.
I don't want like... I want squat-proof pants, so I'm investing money into pants. I'm investing money into a good sports bra, so it keeps the ladies adhered. Like, I'm investing in all kinds of things, like a belt so I can lift heavier, a bag so then I can keep stuff in. So
it adds up.
Yeah, it does.
It adds up.
And y'all aren't helping.
And I'm all thinking about it like, I need to buy new shoes this year too. And I'm like, and they're so...
Yeah.
They're up there. Especially if you want a good one. They're up there. But it's hard.
The other thing is like the different types of therapy. Cold plunge has been really big this year.
Yeah.
The cold bath. Like now that you can have it at your house, you don't have to have like ones that you can take with you places. Like,
girl, just pour some cold water in that shower. I'm like, that's my cold plunge. I don't need no tub.
And then the saunas, like cold plunge saunas that you can have in your house, a sauna room that you can just take with you. Like,
yeah,
all kinds of different therapies to have. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a sauna girl, so I would be so down with having a sauna. But it's like, that thing's bulky. Where the hell are you gonna put it?
Well, they have these things that you can actually like make
a tent?
and zip. Yeah, like a tent sauna. Just like the cold plunges that are kind of like made out of that mesh, and you can bring it with you wherever. They're easy to set up. I think I was looking at Target, and they had them on sale for Black Friday, a cold plunge for like $150. I don't know if it was the name brand, guys.
That's fair.
Again,
I mean, it's Target brand.
I was at Target really quick. I wasn't looking at the brand, whether it was Target or cold plunge or a different brand, but it was like an easy setup, and I was like,
for what you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You know? I'm not a big fan of
I'm
cold.
already getting cold right now.
I know, I'm not a fan of cold at all. I'm the total opposite. So I'm like, I don't know if I'd want anything like that.
I mean, I like to ice things, but yeah, the different
to ice
I
things.
like to ice things.
Like what things?
But not to lay in ice.
But some people love it. Some people love the cold like that.
But then again, I can't like just like chill in a sauna for an hour.
I'm like, I'm trying to control the physics of it. I'm like, let me angle my face this way so that.
But yeah, like the different therapies, like these are just like little things that we've seen in the CrossFit community and what's to prepare for 2025. I also know like the Open's going to be a little bit different. We have also the affiliate cup, where CrossFit, like I think 2 years ago, they started giving us badges, like when you would do the Open to see what you could qualify for, like, it was a really great idea to where you can go to different competitions and be like, I'm a level 6. What should I do for level 6 or things like that?
Oh, okay.
I think they're bringing that back in, but they're making it affiliate where you can compete within your affiliate with it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see what they do because they've done these things and then it's dropped off the face of the earth. Because I'm like, yeah, I would love to be like, oh, I'm a badge 6. Which competitions would be best for me?
Right.
Or I'm a badge 4. Like, what competitions, again, are more friendly for me? Because a lot of us, yes, the elites go on. A lot of us still want to go on and do competitions and do fun things or just want to try things out. So like having
it's a good way, I guess, a good system of rank to kind of, even if you go to a gym and you're like, oh, I'm a level whatever, so be like, okay, so now we know what kind of to give you or skill you. I don't know, I could see the benefit of that 100%. I didn't think of that at all, but that's smart.
Yeah, well, it was like a couple, I think 2 or 3 years ago when they started it, and I was like, this is a good idea, and then it kind of dropped off.
So it's kind of like yellow belt, white belt, black belt kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's like on a scale of like 1 to 10 or something like that, or 1 to 8.
I wonder what I would fall under.
It's on your games thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in your profile.
I might have been a 1 or a 2 or something.
No, because you qualified for, whatchamacallit? You had qualifiers.
Well, yeah, last year though.
Which they're not doing that this year.
Yeah, the cut is so small, guys. I think Coach Dave told me that it's only like
didn't they make money on that? I think that helps so many people who are in between elite and not elite.
It's just such a drastic cut. I was thinking because it was 25 to what is it now? Like, I think Coach Dave said it was like less than 10% or something.
Yeah, and I was like, I think that's kind of messed up. But then they have this like competitive cup and things like that they're adding. So we'll see. I feel like they're trying to change things to fit things, but you can't keep changing everything every year or every 2 years. You have to let it like sink in and actually, what is it? Like
have some consistency.
Yeah, and actually master it and see if it's going to grow. Because I was like, oh, I thought they would definitely have the qualifiers for at least like another year, another 2 years to open that percentage for the qualifiers because so many people enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been, these past few years in particular where there's been so much change.
Yeah, and I was just like, it's like snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
It's getting kind of like, okay, is it the snip or the snap?
Yep.
So it's going to be an interesting year. I'm excited for the Open.
I'm excited for all the other competitions. I know Wadapalooza's coming up in Florida because they had one out in California.
That's right.
I like how they're having the two for that, but to see what how the games is going to be. But I love the open. I'm so excited for when we do another open episode and what we're going to do, because it might be different for me, because this year, the beginning of this year, Joyce started weightlifting and then went back, and now I'm in weightlifting and she's in CrossFit. So I know that you'll definitely kick butt in the open, but depending on if I qualify for Ohio or not, I might not be doing the open.
That's true.
It'll be my actually first year of not doing the open since I did CrossFit.
It's kind of exciting though, in a sense. Yeah.
I've done the open during both my pregnancies since I started CrossFit.
I mean, it has been a few interesting years for you these past few years with everything going on, the injury, and then now the weightlifting. And I don't know. It's an exciting time, Blake. It's an exciting time.
It is. It is to look back and like everybody and being sentimental. And if you're like, blah, 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 like looking back at where you were and where you are now. Yes, there is ups and downs with things in your CrossFit journey, but it all like stems to something. It's either telling you like, you can push harder, or it's telling you like, hey, you need to back off. Yeah. And you need to kind of slow down. And I feel like you got pushed in a different direction than me. And it was like, you need to slow down and focus on it. And I know a lot of people like with lifting. And I was like, I can actually like slow myself down and listen to my body. CrossFit, I can't do that. I just go into like competitiveness and
beast mode.
Yeah. And I get to, but it's an exciting new journey that I'm gonna have in 2025. Do I know how long I'm gonna have it? No. Is CrossFit done for Blake forever? No, because I absolutely love CrossFit.
Better not be.
No, I still like the last couple of weeks. I've been looking at the workouts and been like, man, that's a rough workout, but I would like to do that. I'd like to try it.
Hell yeah. I think that's how I felt too. I missed it a lot when I was in weightlifting. But girl, you're learning things that like once you're back, like it's gonna help so much.
It does, and it helps me with lifting. It helps. Like it helps, still still doing things that are different. Like we have to try different things. We have to try new things.
We do.
To learn and to grow. I can't just say stagnant, Kylo, because then I wouldn't come back.
But yeah, all judging you.
I think everybody else in weightlifting is like, nah, I'm not going back. And I'm like, no, I'll be back. I love CrossFit way too much.
They always come back. they always do. Carla's like, don't I knew it.
How's your year been with
going back to CrossFit?
Yeah.
It's been fun. I feel like I didn't realize how much I missed it until I was back, and I was like, oh man, this is for me, man. This is my bread and butter. And I did like weightlifting. I feel like I learned a lot in the 3 months that I was in it. And I did hit some PRs when I got back, like I got back on there and I was like, oh man, this feels so much easier. Like, so I am appreciative of my time that I did have there. But, and then, sometimes I see you guys and I'm like, damn, like I miss weightlifting a little bit too. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a constant struggle to learn new things and kind of want to figure things out. But I'm grateful for that time. I think it was a good, fun time. I learned a lot. And
you had a lot going. You qualified for
I did, yeah.
Qualifiers after the open. You and Allie.
That's right. That was hard.
We started a podcast.
That was really hard.
Yeah.
All of it. The podcast, the open. I'm like, everything was really hard that year.
We've been to new affiliates, which we planned for more next year.
Right.
And we just have like, you've done a lot.
Yeah, we have.
I've done a lot. You've done a lot. I think we discount that because we just don't remember.
We're just on the go all the time.
All the time.
I realized like this year was just also eye-opening and telling us like, oh, like there's interest out there, one, and then two, like we're traveling a lot now. That's another thing. And I think that also was just kind of like, it made me feel good because I'm like, oh man, like things are happening, like we're traveling and meeting people.
Influencers willing to sit down with us.
That was a big one too. I was like, no way. So a lot of upcoming things on that note too. We have another one that we want to share with you. But yeah, we had an influencer on our podcast. We had a few. I mean, Athena's another one that I would consider an influencer.
We've had Roderick. Yeah.
like, it's just, it's been really cool. Even though I guess, we don't give ourselves that much credit constantly, but that's pretty neat. That's pretty cool.
Which I did have a listener question.
Did you?
Yeah, they wanted to know, since you talk about Coach Chris's classes so much, how many classes have you taken with him?
Me specifically?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In person, I guess.
Yeah, classes, not weightlifting classes.
Oh, not weightlifting, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know. I can't put a number to that. I mean, early on, like when noon was happening, shout out to Grace, and I would go to noon class, I was hitting that pretty constantly for a few months.
Yeah.
So less than 100, that's for sure.
Because they wanted to know, since he plays metal so much in his class, which he does not. He plays rap.
Really?
Yes. He plays metal when he's weightlifting.
Then maybe I've just had him more in weightlifting then?
No.
I don't know, girl, but I guess I got caught on that one. I have no idea. But obviously less than 100, as you can tell.
I was like, I'll ask.
You're like, oh, snap. Got caught.
I was like, oh, wait, you guys listen to everything we say?
I know. I was like, they got it. No, honestly, I don't even. It's not more than 100, that's for sure.
You know, I think it's more of personalities. Chris has more of a metal personality. I have more of like a 90s pop personality. Dave has like an 80s.
I do like Dave's 80s style
80s
too.
Personality. We're all talking about music here, okay?
Not age.
Jason has like a country.
I've never taken a Jason. I think
and
I've
he
only
doesn't
taken
listen,
one
and
class.
he doesn't put country on. He just puts whatever thing. But we all have like our different personalities, which just like he's more of like a hard rock metal personality. Poor Chris.
I like Phoebe's music too.
Phoebe's music is really good too.
Yeah.
But every time I've taken Chris's, I'm like, save, because it's usually rap. It's usually like rap and nowadays.
Interesting.
And I'm like, yeah. I just think it's his. I think people feel like it's his mannerisms, not his actual music.
He's very rock and roll in the way he walks through life.
Yeah, I feel like dancing through life.
Okay, I mean, girl, that's a whole other song that I'm just obsessed with now.
I love that song too.
The best.
So we talked about 2024. Let's go into 2025 and our expectations.
I know. I'm like, I apologize for my sniffles. I could hear them from here. Like, I know. I'm like, oh, my bad. It's coming in.
It is. 2025. Do you want to start
with goals and stuff, or just in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 2025 goals. Honestly, I haven't really sat down with myself. I like to usually and kind of set some like things I'm looking for. But honestly, I just want to survive the open. I hope it's a good open for me as it was last year, because last year was a really good open for me. I felt like a lot of the workouts were made for me. So I just hope it's a good one. And two, I really want to do more traveling this year. I feel like I need to venture out a little bit more. Save some money for that. Maybe go out with family and take my grandma out or something like that. But that's probably my big 2025 goal, is just to make more time for travel. And for CrossFit, I guess would be, for the podcast as well, is just to continue visiting more gyms. I think that was one of the things that brought me a lot of joy in our podcast, and just giving other people like the table and allowing them to kind of take over and like speak to what they do. I think was a big part of what I hope 2025 will look like for us. And then for CrossFit, I guess continue to improve on my weightlifting would be nice. Getting more PRs would be awesome. And I would like to get a muscle up. That would be cool. But I haven't been practicing or syncing up my your toe touches bars, my toe touches. Yep. Yeah, my toes to bar. That'd be cool.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad. How about you?
So my goal,
winning my meet.
No, just completing a meet.
Yeah.
Would be a big goal, because that's all I was gonna put on there. But I would like to qualify for Ohio and maybe get to go and do the thing. Well, not maybe, because I've been trying to work on more aggressive, like going and doing
representing.
That. Would love to do that. But a big goal for me is to get more confidence with lifting and be more aggressive and knowing that I can lift and just doing the darn thing and having that trust for myself and that commitment for myself. Family wise would be, of course, always spending more time with family and going on those trips, whether it's outreaching to more like states around us or just going on fun family trips or fun like movie dates or trampoline dates and doing that. And then for the podcast is building our podcast more and getting those followers and reaching out to new members and going to more affiliates and getting those affiliates to all work together or being like, hey, this worked for us guys, so let's do this. Putting that stuff together to even build the community stronger and knowing that you don't have to do things by yourself and one gym doesn't fit for all and not judging each other's gyms and just working to freaking together because life is too short, guys. Judging your gym next door because of something petty, get over it.
And it happens all the time.
It does.
You know, it really does.
Doing that, the affiliates, I would love to go to the games or I would love to go to
would be the dream.
I would love to go watch some of these elite athletes before they retire because I'm running out and I have to get a new band going.
I know.
So 2025, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that also Blake has to stay more on top of and be more organized. And I feel like this is what we're going to do. And we're already beginning on a new thing because we're at your house in a great opening and relaxing. And we got this.
We're feng shuiing it, guys.
Yep. And so I'm so excited for what CrossFit is going to do in 2025. I'm excited for what we're going to do with our podcast in 2025 because you guys, we are going to be doing the podcast for a year in February.
Yeah.
And so we have an awesome giveaway that we're going to do and we're outreaching to people to fill that in or we're just going to fund it ourselves because that's what we got to do.
Yeah. I already got some things that I, put in there. So.
And we're excited and just continuing this friendship and doing this podcast journey with you has been amazing.
It's been a wild ride.
And having all of you guys listening, like especially the members at our gym because we see you guys all the time and just
you guys comment and
and saying that we always have somebody like saying, hey, try this, do this, like
I just love seeing the shirts too. Like everyone's been wearing them all the time. And I'm always like, hey, nice shirt.
Yeah. And even like the influencer and the affiliates who have reached out to us and saying, yes, we'll give you a shot. Yes, we would love to do this. Because you guys, it's hard. Like I email people like constantly or we're DMing them constantly and we aren't trying to take no as an answer. Yes, life happens and we have to reschedule things or do things differently, but we are trying out there and we just love that people are working with us and want to work with us and doing it. So it's really
very
nice.
Validating. It feels great. And I don't know, it's exciting. We did not, honestly, I did not think it would take off the way it did. Honestly, we were just kind of doing it for fun. And then before you know it, people are like, oh, yeah, we listen to you. We would like you to come. And we're like, what?
Yeah. Or going to affiliates and like, hey, we know that you like this or we know this about you. And oh my gosh, they're here. And it's like, it's
a little celebrity moment for a second.
It's nice because I'm just like, oh my God, my hard work pays off. Because the number one thing that I hear when we do our setup is like, wow, you guys have a nice setup. And I'm like, thank you.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so nice and it's going to get better.
It's pretty good already, so.
It is, but we just want to thank you guys for this 2024 year.
I know. I can't believe it's over.
We can't wait for 2025 and we hope you guys have a great new year.
Also, on another note, we're officially trademarked.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
I know. I was like, when I got the certificate of registration, I'm like, oh my God, we're legit. Yeah. So nobody go out there stealing the name, just saying.
Yeah.
Because we will file a cease and desist. Because we can.
Because we can now.
I know, right? But no, that was a big, I guess, surprise. And I was like, oh my God, we're official. So there it is. We're registered with the government, guys. Yeah. So, and this wouldn't have happened if we didn't have, all the love and the support and just, the ability to do that. So,
yeah, because we've also put in like Joyce and I have put in our own money for things, and we did the shirt sales, and we use that to help us to get to Yuma and pay for food and a hotel. And we really believe in this podcast and what we're doing, and we also love hanging out with each other and
we
talking.
do girls trips.
Yeah, but we really do like love having that support, and we believe in it. Mm-hmm. Are you okay?
My sniffles.
I was like, no, what's going on?
I'll cry. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm still kind of looming from, sickness. But let's go with that. Let's go with that.
But yeah, I'm excited for this.
I am. I'm still surprised as how far we've gotten. Girl, I just like when I think about the tech, oh my God, when I think about the tech and the first few weeks and how we were just re-recording the same thing like 3 times for one episode, y'all. Like we would re-record it 3 times because we just didn't have it down. And then now we're to the point where it's like we don't even think twice.
Yeah, and it's just nice to have. And then we have new setups like with our interviews when we can't do it in person. Joyce actually found a great setup for it and doing it, and now I do it that way. Yeah, and
it was a lot of trial and error. I think that was a big part of what I'm proud of too.
Yeah, 2024 has been, and I think that helped both of us with this year because we both had very low lows and very high highs with this year.
Yeah.
And having the podcast really helped because you guys, like, we sit with each other like maybe an hour before we even record. And yes, we see each other at the gym. Yes, we text each other, message each other, but we actually like sit down and debrief each other and actually have those friendship moments. And it's just nice to have because we've had crying moments right before episodes. We've had laughing moments before episodes, and the podcast has just helped us with that.
Girl, I can't stop looking at your thighs. Holy moly, those things are freaking like rocks.
Thanks. I've PR'd a couple times this week.
That's what I noticed with weightlifters. Like I'm seeing you guys get these amazing freaking like quad legs, and I'm just like, holy moly, those things look like some like drumsticks. I just want to grab them and go like.
Jeez, I know just said weird. That she wants to be a cannibal.
I'm like those drumstick legs. Jenny has some drumstick arms.
Drumstick legs because they're so petite.
Because they're so like tight and like y'all are looking good. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I guess I have a thing about thighs and like look at Jenny's little thick arm too. Like I just want to
little arms.
Just want to grab it.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I might grab some muscles. Or don't worry, I'll ask. I'm not just gonna go.
She's the opposite. She will ask. I will not. I'll just go in and
grab the thigh.
I'm so sorry. I was supposed to ask.
Oh, that was you. Not just. No one's touching my thigh. Yeah. I'm like womp womp.
Yeah, but we're really
weightlifting with Chris.
Yeah.
You want some killer thighs? Weightlifting with Chris.
Yeah. We'll see.
Y'all are looking good though. That's all I gotta say. Those weightlifter girls are looking amazing.
I'm really happy. I feel
like all of you guys are looking at your strongest. Honestly, when I look at like Maggie, Rochelle, and Heather, and all you guys are pretty. But homegirl's been squatting like crazy, and I'm just like,
she has.
Yeah.
So
her quads look just as good, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an amazing journey though. I'm excited to see, and I'm excited for your weightlifting comp too this year.
Yeah, like I said, we have that meet in January, and then I guess the Ohio thing is in March.
Girl. Anyways, but yeah, whatever happens, it's gonna be a good year, dude.
But on that note, if you guys feel like this podcast is your swig of pre-workout, please like, follow, subscribe,
and share.
Also, leave that 5-star review. We can read comments on Spotify, but also going to Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts helps us out so much if you leave a review on that. And I think, you know what? Just an FYI, I know I'm putting it out there and I just told you guys to leave a review. But I think people who leave reviews on Apple Podcasts, we should do double entries.
I'm with that.
So look out because in February for our year, we're going to be doing a giveaway and we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff for entries.
I like
so
that.
If you left an Apple Podcast review, we give you double.
Wait, can you?
Yeah. And I know we haven't done this in a while, but shout out to my co-host. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening.
Same here, girl. Feelings mutual.
Yay.
know.
And remember, don't be a Karen.
Be a
Sharon. And
Kylo's
keep on
like, oh,
sharing.
gosh. I can't.
And have a great new year.
I know. I hope we see you all at the gym for the New Year resolutions and for the rest of 2025.
Yes.
Set those goals for yourselves, guys. And, you know.
Don't just say January means that I have to do this. It is the whole year. Not a January new
Let's
me,
make
new
it
you.
happen.
You're great you. Just keep going to the gym.
Yeah, let's make it happen, y'all.
Yeah. Set a goal a month. Set like, hey, this month I'm going to walk these many steps. February, I'm going to drink this much water. March, don't just be like, I have to lose 10 pounds in 2025. Set new goals that you can attain and then start reaching for those harder ones. Don't do the hard ones right off the bat, guys.
Yeah, no. Start small, work your way into it. It's the best way.
But until we meet
At the whiteboard game.
in 2025.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.